said fuck Xbox, fuck all these Xbox, fuck every Xbox their channel. Won't give a damn. It's PlayStation for life. You don't get it? Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do this, my ponies. Let's go to war. What? Say what? Yeah. I say I double tip on The Last of Us. Woo. Yeah, I double tip on the director's cut. Woo. Double dip on every damn release. Damn right. Yeah, Jim Ryan is my motherfucking boss. The boss. Yo, and we don't care about no layoffs. Yeah, all the shine are gonna keep it on the low. Shh. We've been sucking on every damn toe. Yum. Because Sony PlayStation gets the love. Yeah, so all hell Sony, we be your ponies. You can take my wife, you can take my money. I'm obsessed with the God of War. Yeah, all my ponies ready to go to war. Blue PlayStation high, all over my head. Pentimetal PS5, 120 FPS. Blue team is the set, throw it up. I never had sex, I only care about sales. I said what I said. Woo! Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Yeah. I see you Xbox. I see you playing on Game Pass for free. Nah, man, we don't do that over here. We pay $70 a game. Yeah, you Xbox be broke. You so stupid, so goofy. Fuck you, Demo Flow. Fuck you. Like and subscribe. Yeah, if you wanna see me more on Demo Flow Gaming channel. Fuck this dude, I'ma pop in the shot every time. Yeah, but I'm here to show my pony love. And you with it? Say what?
So is PlayStation changing their strategy when it comes to putting their games on other platforms?
They said we're building a dedicated team to take the very best PlayStation experiences and put them into other places like the Nintendo Switch 2, like PC, and to Xbox.
Huh?
You're muted.
Still muted, Demo.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Demo Flow Gaming Show, where I share my passion for gaming and keep you informed of everything that's going on with Xbox, Nintendo, Sony PlayStation. Whatever you play, man, we got you. So you already know what to do if you here, dude. And look, I'm so well accompanied today because Desire is back in the building for the show. Let's go. Desire, what's good, man? What's popping?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? I came back from my vacation. It was fun.
Shout out to Desire. Thank you so much for coming through, homie. I hope everything is good. We'll catch up in a minute, but we also got Power Boss in the building. What's popping, homie?
Absolutely great, outstanding, and ready to kick it today.
Let's get it, man. Hey, it's been a crazy week again. We had an amazing week of gaming last week. The State of Play, the Summer Game Fest, Future Game Fest as well. We got the PC gaming, the Xbox show. Like, we were stuck last week on shows. And today we're going to talk about that. We're going to go ahead and do a review of the shows and see, what we like, what dislike, and what they can improve for the future of, the Summer Game Fest season. I will start right away with the State of Play. Like, everybody agrees. I think everybody knows that it wasn't as great, and there has some up and downs, but definitely there has some good stuff in there that we already seen. Of course, there was literally like not that many new games at the show, but they did show some new stuff. Decide how you feel about everything that was shown at the State of Play.
I loved the multi-platform games. As a matter of fact, I can't think of any of the multi-platform games where I was actively upset at the State of Play.
Yeah.
But the two exclusives, Monkey D. Luffy, God of War, and fucking Wolverine. What the fuck? Wolverine has so much.
No. There was 3 exclusives
What was the
until Dawn 2. Until Dawn
Oh,
2 was
great.
also an exclusive.
Yay. Yeah. Woo! Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really care.
That's crazy.
But Wolverine was so fucking bad and laughable, and here's why. Not people are trying to say that it's open world. It's not. It's linear.
Yeah, that's what it looked
And
like.
it's got noticeable white paint all over the place that I pointed out, and people weren't believing me in chat until I started saying, hey, watch this. And I just went back a few seconds, and you could see the paint just appear.
Damn. All right. But, and what about you, Power Boss? How do you feel about the state of play? Do you like anything? Do you dislike anything? Do you think that they deliver?
I'm with Desire. I gave you my prediction of it last show. 2 out of 10 for a multi-platform gamer. If you liked Wolverine, if you liked God of War, God forbid, I could push for a 4 out of 10 for the whole showcase, because some of the multi-platform games that they showed were, I guess, okay. Again, most of them we've seen before, we knew about, but nothing popped. Nothing was wow factor throughout the whole thing. And everybody who is capping for Karen of Laundry and Wolverine, I'm sorry, those games just are not it. If you know anything about Wolverine lore since the 1960 comics, his lore has been established, and they're trying to literally rewrite history with everything that they're doing.
But the thing I will state real quick, Power Boss, I can live with that if the story seems somewhat decent or the gameplay looks good. But it just doesn't. Like, I feel like I'd still have fun. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, oh, you're gonna.
Let's also not forget. Let's also not forget that the Wolverine is in the Spider-Man 2 universe, and they're rating it T, not even mature.
Yeah. And then the other thing that irked me was Monkey D. Luffy God of War, because how the fuck are you gonna name a game God of War but not have Kratos?
Yeah.
And not play as Kratos. And the combat's going to be the same goddamn combat that I didn't like from 2018.
That is crazy. But before I give you my take, man, shout out to chat, man. I see you guys down here. We got Six Layer, who was actually the first one in the building at 1040. Shout out to him, man. Appreciate you coming through. We got Jules in the building as well. How's it going, Jules? Good to see you around. We got E-Ranks as well saying, what's up, Demo Power Boss Desire? Happy Friday, chat. Happy Friday to all of you guys. And Jules said that PlayStation Showcase was just okay. She's a PlayStation fan.
I also forgot something. I forgot to name something in that Monkey D. Luffy shit. The cringy ass fucking cube dialogue. Jack Quaid.
Yeah, I was terrible.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah. Well, look, listen. Jules, he said, I'm personally excited for God of War Lofi, but we'll wait for the sale. So the excitement doesn't go the way to I'm pre-ordered already. I'm already, you know what I'm saying? She's just excited because it might be an interesting story to build in. And I agree. I believe that, the Santa Monica Studios have the right to expand in different characters and do little side projects and shit. But like, for them to go ahead and deviate all the resources to make you a spin-off that nobody asked for, when everybody's asking for actual God of War creators and they want to continue the saga,
especially since they just made a goddamn spin-off, which was Sons of Sparta.
Exactly. That is the one thing that I don't, that I'm. Really,
I also just want to point out. I also want to just point out, it's fine that they're changing up the mythologies. We had the original trilogy, which is the Greek. We had the 2018 and Ragnarok, which was Norse. And now with this one, they're bringing in Egyptian and Mongolian, and who knows how many others throughout the game. But you have all of these mythologies that you're pulling from, yet your companion is a ribbon and a cube.
Yeah. That was literally insane. But yeah, State of Play didn't impress me. I thought that the third-party games were cool. Even though we've seen a lot of them, it looks like they didn't have a lot of world premieres in there. I like that they the first party studios are coming out, even if you don't really like what they doing like that. But it's a good thing that Insomniac is almost done with Wolverine and ready to release, and the same thing with Until Dawn. And
Also, a whole generation with no Naughty Dog games.
yeah, that's crazy. Naughty Dog hasn't delivered one game this generation yet, and that's something to pay attention to because there's a whole lot of talk about layoffs and restructuring in Xbox, but the people are really forgetting that Sony PlayStation has to literally go through the same thing. Both, they need to work things out. So, I mean, let's move on from the state of play. Wasn't that good? That's the overall, um, what everybody.
Wasn't good enough to where it should be in a fucking
Yeah,
theater.
Exactly. Like people who went to the theater to watch the stereo play, I feel sorry for them. But let's talk about better thing because I do believe that the Summer Game Fest has been the best Summer Game Fest we've seen in a while. A whole lot of like games and not a lot of cringe except for the Among Us part. I think that was the most the thing that I disliked
So
the most about the show. But I know why because Among
I'm
Us
a,
is like super popular.
I'm gonna
Go
blow
ahead.
your mind. Actually, the show Among Us wasn't terrible. I finished it. It's not bad. It's actually pretty decent because my kids wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
So, and I like to watch stuff with my children because I'm a decent dad.
Of
I said it.
course. Of course. I've watched, by
And
the way, I watched GOAT like I don't know how many times because my
Goat's
kid,
actually pretty good
yeah,
too,
it's
but my kids
amazing.
just keep rewatching it.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
drives
By
me
the time that you
nuts.
watch it for the 5 times, you already know what's gonna happen and everything. You already know the lines. I already know what's gonna. And it's just like, damn. But yeah, I get it. Like watching something with your kids, it hit different, and now I understand. But yeah, decide. Go ahead. What were you saying?
But what I was saying is, it's I wouldn't state that it's bad as it could be. I've seen a lot fucking worse, especially in the family movie genre as of late, because they've just been pushing out stinkers. Holy crap, dude! I can't even tell you how bad it is gotten. It's gotten rough for those that like to watch stuff with their children, like a decent parent.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Goat is one of those movies that had nothing in there that will make you be like, okay, I don't want my son to watch that. I feel
And
like everything was on
the
point.
Among Us is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
It's not terrible.
cool, cool. I'm just saying it just wasn't something that I'm interested in. I was never into Among Us. I would never be into Among Us, and that's like
Ladies
something
and
that I
gentlemen, he's into
that's
Among Us. He's a liar.
no, no. I'm not even during the pandemic, bro. What the fuck I look like playing Among Us.
I
Uh,
love Among Us.
yeah. I understand, but like it wasn't like my cup of tea, like Paul Buzz you said earlier. I'm gonna say though, they show a lot of games that I'm super interested in. They started off the show super strong with Resident Evil, like bro, and that's something that even though I'm
Don't
not into the Resident Evil games, I know everybody's excited about
don't
that one.
let ranting for vengeance hear that. He'll fucking be like, "Oh, you're a woke bastard" or some stupid shit because he just made a video about it saying how it's woke or some stupid fucking shit.
How like people like
I
bro
don't
like
know.
like have you
Let's not
seen I
forget that
seen
Code
bro
Veronica is one of the most beloved Resident Evils of all time, too.
exactly that's what I'm saying, just like Resident Evil Nemesis and shit, that is like one of those Resident Evils that everybody know that that's what's up back in the day. So I don't know if you've seen, I don't know, some people on Twitter were making fun of Halo, the new Halo CE remake, because it has some purple in some planet and they call it the bisexual color or something. I like, bro, like Powerballs, like for example, that background you have with Subnautica, like
Did you
somebody
see the
thinking that is
community note?
bisexual now. That yeah, that's
Did
insane.
you see the community? Oh my
That's
god.
insane. I understand, but sometimes like both sides are crazy. And if the same thing happens with the Xbox versus PlayStation fans. Both sides, when you radical like that, you're bound to say something crazy, something stupid. Like, don't do that, man. Have some balance in your life. Uh, I would say though, the the Summer Game Fest really impressed me. I was really impressed with the cadence and the pace of the show. I thought like it was great. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, definitely. They show a lot of like interesting games. There was one game that really hooked me, but then I realized that it wasn't going to be what I thought it was going to be, and that was Crossfire. I look at Crossfire first, and when and this from former Naughty Dog developers, when I first seen it, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be like a SOCOM, this is gonna be like Army of Two type thing. But then the guy and the girls started arguing, and it became like a soap opera. And I'm like, yeah, like don't show me the drama, show me the action, because this we are here to play video games to fuck shit up. And I understand how some games are more dramatic than others. Some games are heavier on their story, but you cannot go ahead and market me a shooter as a shooter and then it becomes a soap opera half the way. Like, keep it real with me, keep it thorough, and let everybody know what the fuck is up. That was the one thing that I didn't like about the show. They were like so against multiplayer games in the show. I felt like their stance was like, oh, we're not gonna show you a multiplayer game at the end just because Highguard was sucked doesn't mean that we hate multiplayer. We hate bad, shitty multiplayer games, but like we love multiplayer games. Like look at like everybody's looking forward to the new Gears of War E-Day multiplayer, and everybody's can wait to see what the fuck is gonna play like. Some of the fighting games got multiplayer, like the Virtua Fighter. I think that was one of my favorite announcements in the show. I thought it looked incredible. The art style, from the art style to the moves to the techniques to the fighting gameplay, everything. I think it was perfect. I'm so looking forward to try that one out. And I just feel like they are taking these radical stances against shit that is just like, come on, you cannot hate multiplayer like that. Especially when multiplayer games are the most played fucking games, like it's a fact. And they, I don't know why I felt like that way. I don't know if you felt like that, Power Boss, but they were like sort of like hating a little bit of multiplayer, the way that they were talking about this is gonna be a single player story, it's not gonna be, you know what I mean? I don't know. I felt like that a little bit, bro. I don't know. Maybe just me.
So I'll say that just because a game is multiplayer doesn't mean it's PvP, like a shooter.
Exactly.
Plenty of MMOs out there are multiplayer and play with friends. Among Us is one of those games. Repo. There's so many games. Friend Slot, Peak,
Hey,
Lethal Company, that are absolutely great games, and they are multiplayer, and they're designed for multiplayer, and they're much more fun with multiplayer.
And
so
back
just
in the
because
day, Power Boss, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Our good games single player games will come with a multiplayer as well. Look at games like Far Cry. Back in the day, it was single player and it'll come with a multiplayer. Games like Halo, single player. They'll build on the story and then they give you you know what I mean, a platform for you to have fun with your friends. But the thing is, like, we are getting multiplayer games now that has zero story, zero world building or lore building. It's just like straight up go ahead, get on the arena and shoot. And that's why people don't connect with these multiplayer games, because you're lacking, like, the backstory and why am I fighting for, basically. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cringe a little bit when they were like, sort of
So
shitting
I'll say that the Summer Games Fest was the best that they've ever had. Even though it's a Jeff Keighley show, we're not hating on Jeff Keighley. I would say for me, the show bounces between an 8.5 out of 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was very good, very good. My problem with the Summer Games Fest was only the pacing. The games were all great. They showed a lot of new games, a lot of good games, a lot of multiplayer games, games that people are interested in.
Yes,
Code Veronica, like you said, was one of the biggest remakes that they announced. It's only one of a myriad of games that they showed. A lot of games that we were hyped for, a lot of games that are honestly looking forward to playing. They even showed me and Desire's upcoming one of our favorites in Star Wars, the Zero Company game.
Yeah, that one looked incredible. We talked about it last week. Yeah, for sure.
And it wasn't until, because I watched the PlayStation State of Play, I rated it a 2. I talked with some of my friends like Jules and Lady Gamer who only play on PlayStation. Jules is also a Steam Deck owner and she plays on PC as well. and she has her Steam library that she's building up. And I said, okay, let me push back a little bit. If PlayStation is your main platform, if it's the only place you play, I can see how, if you're excited for anything that PlayStation showed, hey, the multi-plat games you're still getting, great. So I can bump it up to a 4. Summer Games Fest, I didn't see, I don't think, one game that I wasn't excited for that they showed. So it solidified my assessment of a 2 out of 10 for the PlayStation, because everything that they showed.
Sorry, everybody.
All right.
Take care, Desire.
For coming through, man. Thank you for coming through.
So I really think that the Summer Games Fest was literally the best that they'd ever shown. It was phenomenal. And even though the pacing was a little bit off, they did a pretty damn good job. It was worth watching. Excited for a lot of the games that are coming.
Yep. I see you, Lycos45. How you doing? Let me rock with the chat here real quick, man, before we move on into the Xbox showcase. But yeah, I agree with you 100%, Power Boss. I thought it was one of the best, the better, Summer Game Fest. And I hope Geoff Keighley continue to listen to the feedback, because it looks like he's actually listening, and it definitely came out good, and I really enjoyed watching it, and it was exciting too. They had a lot of games.
But before you do that, I'm going to put one thing out there.
Yeah,
I think that Geoff Keighley, while we know he's a PlayStation centric person, just about everything he does is PlayStation centric, and that's fine. I think that he is going to be the Steam of video game entertainment showcases. He is coming around slowly. It didn't start off great. He was too PlayStation focused, but he is giving more love all around than just to PlayStation. At least I see, because even he did not pull logos
right
where to get the games, unlike PlayStation.
I feel like he's actually getting a little bit over PlayStation. Even their own PlayStation fans are over it, because like if he leans so heavily on PlayStation and PlayStation got nothing to show, like he's just gonna look stupid. And right now we know where the games are coming from, bro, because I mean you can actually see them coming out. But yeah, we got Lycos45 in the building. We got Joel saying the cube should have been an imp, a shapeshifter. Ribbon should have been a shapeshifter of something. I agree with that. That would have made more sense. We got Pickles as well in the house saying Joe, Demo, Powerboss, and Desire. Well, correction, Demo and Powerboss. Desire just left, but shout out to Desire for coming through even for a little bit. I know he's busy doing his thing. Shout out to him. Go ahead and follow him. Amazing content creator. He's on point. And I hopefully we can get it back in here for next week or something if he's free. But yeah, we got Pickles in the house saying, question is what is PlayStation doing the PlayStation 6, mind you?
Because he was talking about how Naughty Dog hasn't put out, or Naughty Dog hasn't put out a game this whole generation yet.
See, the PlayStation 6 is like far away. There have been reports that it might, like there's even a Dreamcast guy video about it recently.
I still say that if the PS6 comes out any sooner than 2030, it's going to be literally even the most profitable, but the worst PlayStation generation ever.
Yeah, the Sony PlayStation still got a long way to go to finish this generation strong. They have been selling a lot of consoles, but like they haven't put out a lot. They haven't put out many first party games, and it's looking like a mirror of the PlayStation 4 generation, in which they continue to drop literally sequels, remakes, remasters, and it's just it doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel like a new generation. It just feels like last generation a little bit. So that's something that PlayStation has to get together. But they've been doing great when it comes to selling console. Xbox is the opposite. The games are being successful, but the consoles haven't been selling as much, which is like kind of funny when everybody tells me that what really matters is the games, and yet you have the console that has the less first party games being sold the most. But that's up for people to decide where they want to play or whatever. I know a lot of people were sort of piggyback from last generation and continuing, with PlayStation, thinking that they were gonna get another generation like that. Surprise, you did, but it's not something new like you thought that you were gonna get. So it's kind of interesting, the conversation, and how the competition between PlayStation and Xbox had changed and continue to change and will continue to change throughout these years. We got Pickles 2026 saying Among Us was a COVID thing. I agree with that. I wasn't really into it, but I understand why
It's
it got popping.
good in small doses, and the more friends, the more fun it gets. That's
Yeah.
literally what Among Us is in a nutshell.
Amongst friends is the best way to play. Like us 45 saying Summer Game Fest and Xbox Showcase were awesome. Pickles 2026 saying Crossfire looks better than The Last of Us 1 and 2 and Intergalactic from Naughty Dog. Yeah, and they are former devs from Naughty Dog. But I mean, I'm not saying the game doesn't look good. All I'm saying is like the game is gonna be more drama than shooting. And that's the one part that, like I want to play shooter because I want to shoot and play the game, press buttons and shit. Not really for the story that much, even though the story is important. But I don't want the game to be 80% story, 20% shooting. I want the game to be 80% shooting and 20% story, if that makes any sense. I like the action. Lots of wish lists on PlayStation 5 and Steam. There you go. She got a lot of wish lists. There was a lot of like third-party games on the state of play, like no cap, that they were cool. Pickle saying PlayStation State of Play was weak. Not gonna lie. Yeah, man. We got Space Shot in the building as well. How's it going? We got Press James Ryan 508. He's saying, "Do you guys know how to play the Mass Effect 3 intro on the piano in Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth?" Hell no, bro. I don't know how to play the piano. Like,
I do. I've done
you
it.
do. Funny story. Funny story. My mom, because my mom used to be friends with this other lady, and she had a son around my age at the time. I must have been on second, third grade, something. I must have been like 8, 7, something like that. And he used to take piano classes, and his mom used to tell my mom like how cool it was and how he was learning and all that shit. And she was like, "Oh, you know what? Let me see if my son wants to take piano classes." And my mom approached me and she wanted like, "Do you want to play piano and learn how to play the piano?" I say, "Fuck you, like, I don't want to do that soft shit. Like, I want to be out there, I don't know, playing baseball and shit." And I regret it, because that's something that I would have loved to learn how to do. That, no excuses. I can still learn, but now at this age, it's gonna be kind of hard to learn because you really have to be like, you know what I mean, have to be fresh in your mind to learn something like that. I think the younger you are, the easier it becomes. So I kind of regret that. That's fucking annoying that I didn't learn because I was trying to be a hard ass, and then now as a grown up, I'm like, damn, man, that would have been useful. So Pickles 2026 saying, "If you know what's crazy though, how the hell we got confirmation of exclusivity first on Xbox before PlayStation, which it sounded crazy to me." Bet Jason got a guard from. Man, listen, we're gonna talk about the Xbox show next, but yeah, I agree with you. It's crazy because Sony PlayStation hasn't come out in person or with an official statement telling you that the games are not going to PC anymore. It's all noise. It's all Jason Schreier confirming Jason Schreier rumors. Like, and look, I don't doubt that PlayStation can do this if they want, but where is the evidence and how they doing this? I mean, like literally, like there's literally no evidence, and we'll see if it happens or not. At the end of the day, they really had nothing that enticing that is making PC gamers like, "Oh shit, I need to play this." In fact, everybody's like, we don't want nothing to do with that shit. That's how things are going right now. That's a scoreboard at the moment. We got Space Shot in the building saying, "After all the turmoil and tons of work devoted to change, now we see if the games deliver." There you go. That's all we got. It's all about the games at the end of the day. I don't know why people care so much about this and that. At the end of the day, it's about value and games. Like, people are like, I don't know, talking a lot of shit online and why you buy a console. A lot of people say exclusives, this and that, but at the end of the day, it's all about what games are coming to the console. Do you like the games? How affordable is the console, how cheap it is to buy games in there. All those things matter, at the end of the day, because I mean, it's not only about like, can I just play this game here and it's not available anywhere else. You were saying, as a JRPG gamer, I'm eating good. Yes, a lot of RPGs, bro. There's a whole lot of RPGs coming out. Shit. I was trying some demos on Steam, and bro, we got a new Final Fantasy announced on the Nintendo Direct. Final Fantasy 7 is turn-based. It looks sort of like what is this game that Square? It's a Square Enix game, of course. Autopath Traveler. That's what it looked like a little bit, right? That Final Fantasy, was it like 8?
Yeah, 2D
remake?
HD kind of thing.
Yeah. So I was hoping a more elaborated remake like what we got with 7. But I understand what they did it this way is cool too. I think a lot of people are gonna dig it. I actually like this art style, similar to like what Sea of Stars. I love Sea of Stars. I think it's an amazing, super underrated RPG. And look, as you can see on screen, I've been playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. So, I like the Final Fantasy series. So, we'll talk about Fantasy 7 Rebirth in a minute, because I do have some beef with the way they build this game. But so far, so good. I've been enjoying it. I have already have like 11, 12 hours, something like that. And yeah, so far it's been cool, man.
You know how many hours I have in it?
How many?
About 120.
Holy shit. Eternal D87, Joe was good. Good morning, everybody. Let me see. PS5 blow in the building saying MBG is saying Xbox and being confused right now. Haha, I see this title. Jewel saying, I'm just happy we got Clockwork Revolution and can play it on Steam as well as eDay and not rely on PlayStation. That's amazing that you have more flexibility now than ever. But yeah, man, guys, that's it. Let's get into the Xbox showcase and let's break it down because there's a lot to talk about. I know I did the live stream on Sunday, but I was like rushing, trying to get the fuck out. I didn't have Power Boss with me to talk about it, so I'm curious to see what he thinks about the show because we watched it.
Well, together, I was here with you for both.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it after the end
because my computer decided to crap out.
Yeah. So, Power Boss, what do you think about the show? What was your favorite announcement? What was your worst announcement?
I absolutely outstandingly loved both the showing of Gears E-Day, Clockwork Revolution, and so many other games that was throughout. Xbox really surprised me. State of Decay 3 looks amazing. It wasn't a perfect 10, but that was because, like we said before, that we didn't want them to show a lot of things that we already knew about.
Exactly.
But everything that they showed was either Game Pass Day 1. I think all but one title was Play Anywhere, which was amazing. And then the biggest controversy, making Gears E-Day and Clockwork Revolution console exclusive. They're still coming to PC Day 1 on Steam. But if you were expecting them to pull back from Steam as well as PlayStation and Nintendo all at the same time, not only are you killing Xbox, you're killing Game Pass, like we were talking about before, how they're talking about it's either going to be, hey, do you want exclusive games or day 1 on Game Pass or removing games from Game Pass and this, that, and the other, everything, all the conversations that went on. You would literally kill Xbox faster if you listen to people like that.
Yeah.
But out of everything, it was a solid 9.5, 9 out of 10 for me. Yeah. And the surprising reveal of both not only Persona 4 Revival, Jules said it, and Persona 6 finally getting announced. I mean, they announced Hellblade 3, calling it Senua, which is a side story, which is what they should have done with God of War.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the list pulled up right here,
of all the Xbox, all the games that they show in there that are coming day 1 on Game Pass. So,
not to mention, everybody wants to talk about how Xbox doesn't have creativity left. They only buy their way to the top. They buy all these IPs. They bought Call of Duty. They bought Bethesda. They're not their games. Look at Magicians, The Devil's Code.
Bro, that was dope. That was dope. That one impressed me a lot because I wasn't expecting it to be, like this.
Yeah. And for them to say that Xbox has no creativity left, point to that game. Just
Yeah.
straight out. Because
Yeah.
even if you didn't like Gears, even if it's not your thing, even if you don't like Fable because it got delayed, this and the other, you've got Magicians.
Yeah.
All I
No,
have to say.
and I actually tried, shout out, on Steam. I tried the other one, the Napoleon game, Valor Mortis, and I completed the demo. It's a Souls like. I'm not even into Souls like. You can see a gameplay here on screen, but I actually enjoy playing the fuck out of this, demo. And the boss was extremely hard, but the dismemberment and the violence and the combat and the movement, you get a gun and they kind of generous with how much ammo you get and stuff, and the parrying system and everything. This game, I think, is gonna cook, especially for
It,
souls like
it gives me a
players.
lot of Avowed with Vampire the Masquerade vibes.
Exactly. The combat remind me a little bit of Avowed, but the bosses were cool. And it just like it just it just hit, man. And the art style was amazing. But it's just a demo and it was performing greatly. I
And
played,
all
by
the
the way.
games that were shown between this and Gears E-Day and some of the others, even Minecraft Dungeons 2, has more blood, gore, dismemberment than Wolverine had.
No, easily. No, this game was like, it really surprised me. I'm not into Souls, but I actually enjoy playing this one. As you can see, fucking this boss up. Like he literally fucked me over. Like he killed me like 10 times because he got like you sort of like you sort of change a little bit like every time you fight him. But it was hard to learn. But here it is. I completed the demo and it was man, I'm not gonna lie, straight heat. I actually really, really, really enjoy it. Guys, and then they show Clockwork Revolution. They show a little bit more of the RPG mechanics and
Question:
shit
did we
too.
also talk about Clutch?
Clutch was shown during the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, I don't know what to make out of it because it just gives me Need for Speed the Run vibes. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. But they were talking this big game about how they're going to make it better than the Forza series because it's former Forza devs. I mean, it can be on the same level, but as far as Need for Speed the Run goes, I think that was one of the weakest showings of the Need for Speed franchise. So I don't
Right.
see how they're going to innovate beyond Forza with that.
Well,
And I've been enjoying Forza.
for
It's
what
running
I've
6.
seen, and I've seen a lot of Clutch gameplay, it's very, very similar to Forza in the sense that you got speed traps, you got drifting zones, you got shit like that. So it's very like it takes a whole lot of inspiration in Forza, just to say it that way, to make it that way, but definitely copy a lot from Forza. The cars don't look as great as Forza. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit more arcadey, like a little bit more like what I mean, like a light. But yeah, I mean, there's a place for the game. Supposedly,
And
you can exit the vehicle, walk around, have a little bit.
and by no means am I trying to bash the game. I think
No,
it looked pretty damn good showing
looks
because
really,
I
really,
love
really
the Need
good.
for
Yeah.
Speed Run game. It just wasn't my favorite out of the Need for Speed games. I always liked Underground 2 and Carbon of all of them.
I just feel like the announcement of that game um
It just wasn't
didn't
anything special.
didn't wasn't that special to me because first of all, it's not coming on Game Pass like Forza is. We already got Forza. That's another, Forza. I'm thinking it covers all my needs as a racer. So I'm good. Like, yeah, if he ever comes to Game Pass or if he's ever like, I don't know, $5-10 on Steam, I'll pick it up. Like, why not? I don't see why. And I think it'll look good. And people who love the racing games, they'll probably be into that shit. But like with Forza, I have enough. That's just my opinion. But if you into it, man, let me know on that in the comments. What do you think about Clutch? Um, all in all, I think the Xbox show was successful. Then we got that bomb and the confusion, and that's why I call this episode confusion. But now Sony PlayStation fans, they are confused about Xbox's strategy, which is why yesterday I had to make a post, bro, and uh, on Twitter because everybody's so confused about what Xbox is doing. But right here, right now, I'm gonna break it down for you. And hold on, let me go ahead and show you my.
So while you're pulling that up, I want to just
Yeah.
say that Asha had 2 interviews. Matthew Ball had 1 or 2 interviews himself, and there was also another a bunch of tweets that went out where they were just tearing into all the fanboys. Shinobi got his butt clapped. We got
Yeah. I posted that shit went crazy last night. I posted it last night. That shit went crazy.
Was fighting with Ninja Theory.
Oh yeah.
The EV person was fighting with Stellar Blade or with the Clockwork Revolution devs.
In exile, clapping on ponies.
I mean,
all of that info.
I love the way this new Xbox direction is going, how they've just let the devs off the leash, so to speak. And everybody that is in charge at Xbox, Asha, Matthew, and Aaron Greenberg, they're just all tearing into all the misinformation going out there. And I just want to put one more thing out there. The biggest thing that came out of all of these, okay, was the big long message that Asha sent to Team Xbox. C Money, shout out to them, showed it last night. Nowhere in that article, in everything that she said, did they talk about anything to do with layoffs. They said changing a shift in strategy. But everybody's running. Oh, there's going to be layoffs of studios, of devs, and they're going to be closing games and canceling games and all this. And they're going to be laying off 1,000 people from Xbox. It's going to be happen no later than next month.
Is that the way they read things?
They didn't mention that.
The way that they read these articles is just like with that bias in their mind that they want to see Xbox fail, and as a result, they see things that have not been said. It's just like creating a bunch of confusion.
But you know what? Other 2 things that did come out of Asha's mouth, Demo. She talked about how yes, RAM prices alone and storage alone, components are 2 times more than just last year, and by the time that they come out next year, they're going to be expected to be about 5 times as much, and that's obviously no bueno for the entire gaming industry as a whole, PC and console.
They point out Xbox, but they don't understand that everybody's going through the same.
But what did Asha also say? She is doubling down the commitment to the Xbox Helix.
Yes, sir.
They're trying to find a price point.
Dude, the funny thing is how I got people on my comments here. I can look it up and telling you, they're telling me that Helix is dead just based on the interview. They don't know shit. These guys are just like coming up with their own things that their own illusions, right? So listen, for the Sony PlayStation fans that are confused, and even some of the Xbox fans that said that the message is not clear, here it is. I don't understand how people can still be confused about Xbox. Let me break it down for you. If you are really interested in playing all of the Xbox games, you need an Xbox or a PC. If you want to play Xbox games on your PS5, be ready to miss out on some games. Simple. The message is clear. You like Xbox so much, get you an Xbox. You don't like Xbox that much and you want to play it on your platform, but wait for the games to drop in there if they drop. You see, the people who got gaslit into throwing away the Xbox because it wasn't shit and getting a PlayStation 5 because all the Xbox games were coming. Jokes on you, you know? Now you're going to have to like reverse your decision. Now you're going to have to get you an Xbox if you really want to play games like Gears and Clockwork Revolution. And she mentioned as well, this is something that she's committed to add more exclusives to the mix. So this is just the beginning. By the way, she wanted to pull out Halo. She wanted to pull out all of the other shit, but there's contracts and a bunch of other shit that she couldn't do at the moment.
I fully said that when she was coming out for this, contracts that were in place, Fable, Halo, things that were announced that showed the logos, I fully expected that they were still going to go to PlayStation, that nothing was going to change on that front. Those contracts were in place. Microsoft, while they could, are not willing or not wanting to pull the contracts and pay the fines for breaking the contracts.
This is
So
a
I
big
think those are
surprise.
going to be honored.
This is a big
Now,
surprise, Power Boss.
aside from pulling it from the showcase, that's no big deal. It's still going to PS5, but also it makes me wonder things that might have been exclusive that they didn't get the chance to pull the logos off the trailers for, because that was something Asha also did mention, that the final presentation of all the trailers were all set and some of them didn't get revised, so some of those games might still be pulled from PlayStation,
Yeah.
because maybe some of the smaller titles do get their contracts revoked for PlayStation and become an Xbox and PC exclusive again.
I
I
think
don't know
this
which
was
ones.
I wasn't expecting this at all. I think it was crazy the way she came out on stage and told you like herself this shit is exclusive. Like, bro, Power Boss, you know we've been Xbox fans and all of that, but we haven't been living
Oh,
in the illusion that that
the
this may
best part
happen or not.
the best part demo was all the ponies that were going around saying, okay, so it's exclusive at launch, it's going to be a time exclusive. And then Aaron
Mm,
Greenberg himself came out and said, no, this is not a timed exclusivity. This is a permanent exclusivity thing for these two games. And
yeah.
more are coming this way. Now, let's not forget that the Xbox Helix is going to be a PC console hybrid, meaning you're going to play all your PC games. So for them to pull back from Steam and PC, because let's face it, the Xbox app ain't the greatest.
Yeah.
It is getting better, but there's still a lot of work to be done with it.
It's a lot of work. We're
They
gonna talk
would kill
about that.
themselves. They would kill themselves if they took it off of Steam.
Nah, yeah, they like some of the Xbox guys want Xbox to pull out from PC, and that's not the right move. Don't be like PlayStation. That's crazy. They totally losing a lot of money. Like PC guys are not interested in playing on console like that. So, like if they play it on PC, the best thing you can do is bring the games to them and catch out and call it a day. I would say, man, the crazy shit was that they came out and said it's exclusive, and I couldn't believe it because you know me, I don't believe, and I didn't believe that Xbox was gonna do any exclusives up until Helix. I thought that we said it here many times. If Xbox is gonna go back to exclusive, it will be by the time that the next generation of consoles drop, because they will probably want to move the hardware. But for now, they gave up on this one and they're gonna move on and try to cash out in all the digital sales. So, bro, seeing her coming on stage, like I got goosebumps because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on until later. And it's a blow, right? A low blow for the Sony PlayStation fans that thought that Xbox didn't have fight in them. And you know, I was looking at Phil Spencer the last time that he came up. He looked tired. He looked like as if he was aging, rapidly. Uh, not saying that he looked sick or nothing, but he looked like he was like, okay, Phil Spencer, like you're getting old. Maybe it's time to allow the new generation to take over and see their vision as well. And I do like, and I
And let's
did
not
like.
forget, he was with Microsoft for like 28 years.
Yeah. He must have been burned out. He must have been burned out trying to figure out a way to save Xbox. I don't agree with people who say that he killed the brand or something. If anything, he saved it. Xbox would have been gone a long time without Phil Spencer. Regardless of how you feel right now, okay, yeah, I get it. He's sort of like his tenure declined a little bit towards the end. And I felt like he gave up a little too soon when it came to the console sales and shit. I feel like he had a lot of pressure from the top, but now it feels like Asha, being younger and daring, she's sort of like I think she is like demanding from Sadia to have some sort of flexibility and freedom into how she wants to run things.
Well, let's also not forget that Satya is reposting her things of everything that
Bro,
she's saying and liking it all.
yeah, he is
And she's doing
supporting
great.
her vision, and her track record is immaculate so far. She turned Instacart into what Instacart is. She's been doing great, like doing some other things. And she said, "I'm not a gamer, but I'm a businesswoman. But I am gaming just to see and to understand the business. And that's what she's doing. She's looking at games, not like you are looking at games. I'm looking at Halo, like shit, Master Chief is maybe like taller or shorter now. Maybe his suit doesn't have the damage that this Halo 2 require because he's been through a lot. No. She's looking at it like in the way like, is people gonna fucking actually play this game, and is this shit gonna be popular? Because this is something that she also mentioned in the memo, and it's like they are gonna focus on more popular franchises. And so the whole like I'm allowing all these studios to be creative thing by Phil Spencer is gone. Like now she's gonna prioritize like franchises that she knows that are gonna be hits. So they're gonna start working on bigger games and bigger hits. And I think that's gonna be good. I like honestly a balance. I want them to work on the new, more popular stuff, but I also want to continue to do little small projects like Keeper and little experiments like Grounded 2. Like, look, a hit came from out of nowhere with Grounded.
I think
it
that
an
was the
experiment.
only quote unquote like bad thing that might have came out of that interview, what she said, because it did sound like she was talking about closing down the smaller niche programs and studios.
And focusing on the bigger ones.
Yeah, but I don't
So-
think that it means that they're going to be like
No.
closing down studios. It might shift the strategy in one or two games that are coming out from studios that are already in production. I don't see it like closing studios though, just changing the direction that they're building.
I think some studios, okay, based on what she said in the memo, I think that some studios might get the hammer. Some people might have be let go. I think there's gonna be some layoffs, definitely some restructuring when it comes to redundancies and all of that. I believe there was gonna be some sort of it, but not on the scale that people are making it out to be. That it's gonna be like, oh shit, whatever. I've seen some people also online saying that Xbox didn't need this many studios. And yes, they do need more studios. In fact, he said that they're going to be making more acquisitions in the future. So yeah, they do need studios. Why? Because they want to feed Game Pass. They want to look, I know a lot of people want Game Pass to be gone in exchange of exclusives. And I'm tired of saying it here. Game Pass gives money to Xbox. They making money off of Game Pass. If you kill Game Pass and you lose that money that you got coming every month, that's going to be impossible for them to replace. They're going to have to go crazy dropping games left to right. And look, I know Digital Foundry came out the other day talking shit about like the exclusivity and how they didn't like that Gears was going to be exclusive. Fucking ponies, whatever. How come they don't say the same shit when Helldivers was exclusive? They didn't say that. They didn't say the same thing with Final Fantasy wasn't coming on Xbox or Street Fighter 4.
Especially when how many games have skipped Xbox over the years?
Yep.
From PlayStation directly, first party games that they say, okay, why isn't PlayStation reciprocating?
And
Why aren't Xbox gamers also getting to play these so-called great Sony games?
And hold up, why is people thinking that Xbox sneaks PlayStation when Xbox is selling shit on Steam like hotcakes? Look at Forza. Selling like hotcakes on Steam. They're getting their sales there. Don't you tell me that Forza's not making money. They killing it. Even Asha said, came out saying like Forza is killing it. She said for the reason that shit is hot and everybody's been playing it. And Gears of War is gonna be another hit too. At least when it comes to the campaign, I don't know how much people are gonna play the multiplayer. That's my concern. But when it comes to the story, it's gonna be critically acclaimed. The game looks incredible. I was watching it on 4K the other day and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, this shit looks insane. The city looks alive and everything is blowing up as they go. Like the detail on the characters is insane. So now looking at Halo as well, I don't know if you've seen the new gameplay, Power Boss, but the Halo CE remake is looking incredible now. And they adding a bunch of
Now, I said that the Halo campaign involved, when I first saw it, there was a lot of ghosting with the UI. There was a lot of changes that were announced that a lot of people weren't liking, like adding in sprint. The levels, even the designer of the levels from the original Halo all the way back when it first launched said he didn't like the changes. And I will say while I am in the camp of, hey, I played it God knows how many times, I can still play it on MCC. I can go back to Combat Evolved if I wanted to and play that one. The 3 levels that they showed for the Johnson missions, the prequel levels, if you will, leading up to this, they are looking good, even for a UE5 game.
Yes,
But
sir.
I am still worried about other things that this game is doing that maybe not so much are on the up and up, but it is looking better to enough of piquing my interest that on Game Pass I will still give it a try.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And it looks like it's gonna be an amazing co-op experience. They add a split screen. They like all the things that people want. They give you a lot of flexibility in the game, which is like, in my opinion, is what Halo's always been about. Halo's been about modding your game the way you want it. Like,
Oh, and did you see the one of the new skulls that they added?
yeah, for third person, the pony mode. Yeah, they got pony mode
Yeah.
too. And look, it's
And
not
people
even
like
bad.
Porter Rock of all people are saying, okay, I guess I'm going to play it now.
Yeah, man, come on, bro.
Really?
Like, these people are so fake. They're so
And he's
fake.
supposed to be an original Xbox and 360 owner when he played it originally too.
Yeah. Honestly, they so fake because that's why this is all the confusion. They say that, and this is what they always said. All these fucking console warriors, they always say, like, you go where the games go. The games are, right? Like, if you want to play games, you just buy the console. That's all they're rambling throughout all these years. You go, you can't just play one console, you have to own them all, right? But when it's time to go ahead and buy an Xbox, their legs shake. They so easy to splash money buying anniversaries of consoles for $1,000, $30,000, $50,000. You know how much that shit costed. But when it goes, when it's the time to buy an Xbox, because they got a good exclusive, a couple of good exclusives like Clockwork and Gears. It's like, no, we don't want to do that. I hope that it come to PlayStation. And bro, once again, it gets revealed to the whole world how full of shit these people are. They were never gonna buy an Xbox in the first place. And I understand why, because I feel the same way. PlayStation can come out with basically the best exclusive. I still won't get one. It's not because I'm a console warrior, it's because I uncovered, you know, I uncovered my needs as a gamer, and I don't like my name being attached to PlayStation in any way, shape, or form. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. But if I ever seen that maybe, I don't know, PlayStation change their direction and it become better, more consumer friendly and shit like that, they get a better security in their systems and shit, then I'm open, because I own a PlayStation before. It's not like I hate PlayStation. It's just that I can't see what they're doing and I don't like it. If they really want me to hop on board, they need to change a lot of the PlayStation side. And I'm not opposed to play PlayStation games when they bring them to me. But that's why I say I understand these guys. But I never was on that side of like, oh, like you go where you play whatever the fuck you want to play. And honestly, there's a lot of like reasons why you choose where you play, whether it be like that's the console that you found, might have been a gift, that the console they gave you, it might have been a deal, that's the best deal that you could have found, it might have been like where your friends play, and there's so many things that make you go ahead and play in a certain ecosystem, that is a combination of everything. It's not just the exclusive like people making it out to be.
You know what, Demo, to that point, if I were to go back and say, hey, out of all the games that I've ever played on every system throughout the years that I've played games, if I was going to say, hey, I'm going to only play the games that I like and not give anything else a try, I would have been on PC 24/7, never on a console at all, because my favorite games are Grand Strategy and RTSs. How many of those were on console? Barely any. There's a few, not many.
But we're open to try new things, to get shit a shot. I mean, we're different, bro. We're more open minded. So yeah, when it comes to exclusivity, it's insane that Xbox out of nowhere pull out two rabbits from the hat. And it's just insane to see the meltdowns and the misunderstanding and how everybody's like so confused that Xbox got some exclusives. And look, we got Digital Foundry as well saying Clockwork Revolution is, it doesn't matter because it won't move any needles, it won't move any console. So who gives a fuck, bro? It's not for you, it's for the Xbox player. What Asha Sharma is showing is that she's appreciating the fans that being they stuck to the brand during the hardships. So she's rewarding them. That's why you see that the people who went to FanFest got a fucking Xbox 25th anniversary. Ponies are big mad about that shit, bro.
Oh, did you see
Mad.
what she came out and said after the whole presentation too?
What did you say, Pablo?
Everybody who was in that theater watching live at the Xbox Game Showcase, if they had fan on their badge, every single one of them got the Xbox X25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody got the 25th anniversary console that looks incredibly amazing with the 25th anniversary controller, which I want to get, which I will get. There's nobody going to stop me from grabbing one. But because I do have the 20th anniversary here. I don't know if you can see it. I got the 20th anniversary. Here's my baby here. So, dude, the fact that she went ahead and said that, give everybody Xbox. Now she's talking about how she want to make Xbox, you know, the comeback of Xbox and everything. And the ponies are so mad. They're like, oh, yeah, they being bought up by, you know, you're just fucking jealous because PlayStation never giving you shit, bro. Not even a fucking wallpaper, bro. Like, not even cloud save. You had to pay for everything and they treat you like shit. And you get mad when other people get some, like a nice treatment. Like, it's a nice gesture that people travel all the way to FanFest expecting nothing just because they want to see some games and they got, you know, fucking something cool that they're gonna fucking love and cherish for the rest of their lives. And that's a connection that they're trying to make with their fans. I mean, it might be wrong to some eyes or some shit, but you know, I mean, don't hate, congratulate. Because at the end of the day, if you were there, you would have loved to have one too, bro. Stop the cap. If you ever gone to PlayStation show,
I saw a
they give you
bunch of
something, you would have
ponies
taken it too.
online that have PlayStation in their profile picture for their avatar on Twitter that were saying, "Hey, I was there in the crowd too. Is there anyone I can reach out to get my free Xbox?"
Nah,
They
the
don't want
fuck
the
out of here, you
Xbox.
damn ass ponies.
They got it before they left. Ain't nobody left before they got one. I can assure you of that.
Okay, so far, man, we gotta say the Xbox showcase was insane. There were so many games to play. You know, the Valor Mortis really impressed me. The Magician game, I thought it looked incredible, super creative. The whole thing with the you know, they were nuts with the hand gestures and animations with that game. Clockwork Revolution continued to look incredible. State of Decay already has a release period 2027. We're expecting great things from Xbox, right? Doom, the Dark Ages DLC. I forgot to talk about it with Desire. Damn. I thought it looked crazy. Like the lance with the chain and everything. You can fly around like back in the, you know, Doom Eternal. I thought that was insane. I'm so sold on that DLC. I can't wait to play. They sold many they showed many amazing games, man. No complaints. Really enjoy it. But Power Boss, let's talk about one of the things that got me super concerned, and it's the Gears of War multiplayer and the narrative around it. That, you know, some people want wall bouncing to be gone as a mechanic, and some people want wall bouncing to return. And there was a communication from the coalition that said the wall bouncing is gonna be it's not going to be the same. It's that you're not going to be able to wall bounce like we did in Gears 5. I don't know, to give you a perspective. Let me show you a clip of how I play.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
5.
about.
So this is basically how I play Gears 4. I move around a lot. You can do a lot of things. So all of this that I'm doing here, you won't be able to do on the new Gears of War, which is a bummer because I love playing like this, like an idiot, like I have ADHD or something. But it's just like what made me fall in love with Gears is how different it was from other third-person shooters, right? So unique, the wall bouncing mechanic, the whole thing that the shotgun is the most powerful weapon. It's just like so different, so engaging, because that means that you have to get up close and personal. And I just like to throw hands. I like to be very aggressive playing my games, and just being insane with it. It's affecting me a little bit because I hope that I don't have to miss playing like this. But I trust the coalition that they're gonna.
Well, let's also not forget that they said in place of downgrading the wall bouncing, so you're not going to be able to play like this. They are adding in slide mechanics and different ducking mechanics.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be great. I'm open, and I encourage all the Gears players and the community to be open minded about the changes. I do agree that wall bouncing, it was probably like a steep, uh, you know, bar, point of entry for new players, and that's why a lot of people don't like playing Gears, because when you hop in, you see people playing like this, and it might make you feel like, damn, like I'm never gonna catch up. But I promise you, doing all of this in Gears wasn't that hard. All you needed is to put a little bit of time. I just hope that the next Gears of War has some sort of like movement mechanics that made me like I want something that is gonna define that makes me I want something in the game that is that it I want the game to have a high skill ceiling, if you know what I mean. I don't want the game to become boring or to be so simple. I want the game to have certain mechanics in there that you can use, and as a player, you can go ahead and practice those and become better and shit like that. So I do believe the coalition is going to do a great job. But yeah, it's a huge controversy going on around. A lot of people saying that they're not going to get Gears if it doesn't have wall bouncing, and I think that's the wrong mentality. I feel like you should be open, try the game first. It's gonna have some betas, be patient. I think the first beta is in August 6th, and you are gonna get to try the game and see for yourself, and then leave your feedback for these developers so that you can ask for things that you want to be in the game or not. So yeah, that's everything about Gears that we know so far. We know that this is gonna be the longest Gears of War campaign. It's gonna take you a whole lot. I mean, like 14 hours in average to finish the game. I think that's decent, because the majority of the game, I mean, Gears, you play it online. That's basically how I see it. But yeah, man, let me know on that in the comments. Are you with it? Do you like wall bouncing? Do you feel like it was like a high bar of entry for new players? Did it break the game? Do you feel more comfortable now that it's gonna be going in this way? Or are you feeling like me a little bit and you're gonna miss it, but you're still open-minded? Or maybe you just don't want to play it anymore because you want to be, running like crazy in Gears, but it's not happening anymore. But they added sliding, so we'll see. I just hope it doesn't feel like, Rogue Company, Fortnite, Saddles, Returnal, any of these third-person shooters. Gears had to be heavy. There had to be some sort of movement, and it just had to be gory and brutal. That's all I'm asking for. Power Boss, what's your take on this? On the wall bouncing? I mean, do you even care? Do you think it's gonna make a difference?
Like I said, I hope for adding in the sliding and the extended ducking mechanic that it'll balance itself out. I don't see the loss of wall bouncing as an extreme loss. It'll make it more competitive, because it means that the high skill players that can do that sort of thing, because I can't do it, I'll be honest with that. I think that it's going to be a lot more fair to newer users or newer to the franchise, somebody who hasn't played Gears, because let's be fair, other than Reloaded, when was the last time the Gears actually came out? 5 and Judgment were how long ago?
No, 5 was like 7 years ago, 2019. 8 years
so people who haven't played on the Xbox One because of that disaster of a generation or anything the 360 and prior, if you're a new gamer, you're not going to get the wall bouncing, and it's going to be a big turnoff for you if you're going into people who've been playing Gears since it came out in its inception in 2004. So I'm of two minds of the matter. I think it's a travesty that one of the staples that made Gears what Gears is getting nerfed or going away or changing or whatever. But at the same time, I think because it's not completely gone, it's just changing how it's done a little bit, but they're adding in new things like the sliding. I
Yeah.
think it can balance itself out.
Yeah, I think that this is to attract new players. Gears just doesn't want to be this niche third person shooter anymore. Gears want to go back to being Gears, what it was like a wave and a fever back in the day, movement. Like actually Gears is like the first multiplayer game that I played on the Xbox 360 with my Xbox 360 headset, talking to people online like that, and it was just like made me fall in love with like the game and the Xbox ecosystem as well. It's like one of the most important games from Xbox, straight up. So I'm glad that they're doing something for the noobs or the new players, but I'm also concerned about the veterans that stuck to the game even in the worst, and they continue to play no matter what, and then that this is their bread and butter. I'm a little concerned about how they're gonna feel, because a lot of them are not feeling this change. They wanna wall bounce and drive everybody crazy, and I'm one of them. But I'm different because I'm open-minded to change. And the same thing happens to in fighting games, for example, games like Mortal Kombat. Every time a new Mortal Kombat game comes out, the players sort of have like the same core abilities, but the moves change, the combo change. They have new combo system, they have new moves, new it takes some of the old school players that have been playing the prior game, sort of like discourage them, right, to move on to the next one and having to relearn a brand new game. But that's the beauty of it. In games like Mortal Kombat, I like it because every time that you hop in a new Mortal Kombat, it gives you an opportunity to, go with the rest of the people and at the same rate learn the game, not just hop in a game like Street Fighter that pretty much is the same thing one after the other one, or Tekken, right? They only change a few things. They're legacy games. And then when you go in there, you facing people who've been playing Tekken for 30 years and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, the same thing with Street Fighter. What the fuck is going on? They're gonna fuck me up. So I understand why they did this. I just hope that there's some sort of a death when it comes to the movement, because I think that's a popular thing now. Like people like to move around the map, people like traversal, and that's a huge part of the game as well. I also wanted to continue to I want the Natcher, the shotgun, to remain king in the game, because I mean that's the most satisfying thing about Gears of War. So there had to be some sort of balancing, making the rest of the guns more viable, but at the same time, time, we want the Nasher to be this like boom, you get close, you get popped, like stay away from me type shit. So looking forward to playing the beta, looking forward to playing the story, looking forward to playing the game. I'll be replaying all the Gears of War. I'm gonna go ahead and do a play reload. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and do a playthrough of 2 and 3 on the Xbox because it's backwards compatible and it's right there. And I'll be definitely going through a whole story again because I think it's important to revisit Gears. Such an amazing franchise. Anyways, guys, bro, let me see what chat is saying because we sort of behind a little bit, but we see the art Kenyo Nexus in the building. We see Silver 628 as well. They're gonna pressure some people to just stream with shortage of consoles. I don't think that's what's gonna happen with Xbox. I don't think streaming is there yet. Even though I've been playing Forza Horizon on my Vivo book at work, sometimes on break, and it runs all right, but I don't think technology is there yet. I think we'll still got a long way to go. Maybe in 10 years from now, we can do it. But for now, I think hardware is still coming in clutch and is the best way to play. Until cloud becomes the best way to play, nothing is going to chop, nothing is going to happen. And I don't think it will ever. I think that we're always going to have some sort of software attached to how we play games. That's just like for now, at least in the next 20 years. I think that's the way I see it. Anything can change now, especially with AI. I don't know if you guys know that Microsoft is super involved in quantum computing. I don't know if you guys know about the NVIDIA microchip that is also a GPU, CPU, both at the same time. So computer and computer components are changing. They're adjusting to the economy. So anything can happen. Like, do not rule out streaming. That's just what I'm saying. Do not rule it out, but it's not ready yet. Um, Jewel saying give me more Xbox games. We got Raiden Blade 9971 saying people are ignoring the fact that Sadia headhunted Asha because she is focused on business. There you go. He picked and choose who she wanted to be the Xbox person, and I think it's going well so far. She's saying the right thing. She's clapping back. She's giving green light to the developers, to personal and staff that is active on social media to go ahead and debunk all these myth and bullshit and lies that the media and the pundits are creating surrounding Xbox. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example right now. And I don't know if you know about the Team Dog and Matthew Ball controversy. The Matthew Ball retweeted something about Team Dog saying that Asha sucked, whatever, to replace her. And then he said, like, listen, I retweeted by mistake. I don't know if it was by mistake or not. Maybe he wants to be the main guy at Xbox. But today we have this one. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I can go ahead and hold on. Because I have it on here on. Let me see. Maybe
No, we don't see it yet.
Okay. Let me share my screen. So basically, we see Shinobi saying, and this is, by the way, a Windows Central article, which I've said many times, just coding. He got me blocked. Thank you. Because I've been saying, like, bro, like, sometimes you be steering shit and you're misguiding people into thinking one thing, and you're just creating clickbait articles that ultimately what they're doing is not helping anybody. You're confusing everybody, making it worse. And at the end of the day, you're not, I mean, whatever. He blocked me because I don't give a fuck. I don't care about none of that. But I'm just saying, this Windows Central article, Shinobi had this to say: Xbox is floating the idea of in-game ads, noting that may have potential to keep our products affordable. Goal is to ensure they can continue to fund outstanding work from their teams. And then he quoted the Windows Central article. And then Matthew Ball clapped back and said this, like, this is not correct. This is how it starts. This is not correct. And this is the way what I was telling you when it comes to like the memo that Acha Sharma and what you were saying, Power Boss, and how everything that everybody's saying online had nothing to do with what you said. Like they just like creating a bunch of fucking bullshit, stories in their heads that they're not correct. And this is one of them. Matthew Ball saying this is not correct. In the interview, I'm asked about the comment I made before being hired at Xbox. Then state that I was only 10 days into the role and that I'm not stating the company's plans or belief. That's like the first thing he said, but nobody took that into account. They went already into like the bookmark of the shit that might be controversial to post it online and generate clicks. That's fair. But when you are saying a lie, like, listen, for all of you guys trying to make it and creating these stories, fake ass stories about Xbox, you don't need to do that. Xbox eventually is gonna stop. It's gonna step on a rake. It happens, and the bad negative news are gonna come out. You don't need to fake them. The same thing goes to PlayStation. You don't need to fake shit. Shit is happening regardless. Okay. So he said, what I do say is that ads should be used to offer more affordable alternative alongside today's ad-free experiences in the hopes more could play as a result, similar to how Netflix and Disney Plus has ad tiers with all the same content, but at half the price or so. At no point do I even mention in-game ads. I personally believe interrupting the gameplay experience would be bad. And look, as somebody who game a lot online, and I was talking earlier about Classic Game Zone, which is a web page in which you can play retro games. I'll show it to you in a second, but they show you ads at the beginning.
Even GeForce Now, that you can do that with now.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show him a little bit of retro gaming zone, so classic gaming zone, so they can see a little bit how it works with ads. But he didn't say any of this, and then Xbox is floating the idea of in-game ads that hasn't even been said. And then look at Shinobi's not even able to acknowledge that he was wrong. Instead, he said this. Thanks for clarification on it. Being implemented in possible ad tiers or to offset cheaper pricing is at least more palatable than the alternatives. I appreciate the insight. He sounds nice, but he actually like saying like screw you, like I'm still gonna go with my idea, basically. So he got cooked. This shit went viral. I posted it already got almost 100,000 views on Twitter, and I said this: Xbox is no longer letting Sony PlayStation fans spread false claims. The amount of misinformation from media and pundits is wild, whether it's for clicks or just for pure dislike. You don't need to lie. Skip it through. You know, if you want to share information,
As much as I
share
want to
the,
stay demo, I've got to head out early.
have
Desire
to.
is back though,
Oh, he's back. Okay, let's
so
go.
I will say my goodbyes. Peace out, everybody, and I've got to go run and get some. I got to get some food for the wife. So
Dale, dale. See you later, Pablo. Thank
you
you for
guys have
calling.
a good one.
Love you. Love you. Take it easy. All right, we got Desire back in the building. Desire, we're talking about.
The guy is back. That's right. Everybody is excited. I know. It's great.
I had to do an interview.
I
I'm
wa-
sorry, everybody.
It's so good. I wanted to ask you though before we get into the topic. What do you think about the Doom Eternal DLC?
It's not Eternal, it's Dark Ages.
Dark Ages. My bad. Sorry. Well, I call it Eternal because it has some Eternal elements too. I don't know if you noticed.
It's so I've always been the type of person that says the only way to really enjoy the Dark Ages is by making it so hard it's insufferable. Because I like really hard games. That's how I feel that you should like games. I feel you should have that challenge. It's gonna make you rage. It's gonna make you sweat. But the moment you beat it, it is euphoria. It is awesome.
Yeah,
That's how I've loved these games.
it feels rewarding when you go through something that's hard and then you beat it. Yep.
I will like it, considering it's supposed to be during the time that he's actually dead in the Dark Ages. But again, I feel that the Dark Ages, out of the three since the remake, which was 2016, I think that the Dark Ages is the worst out of the three. I will die on that hill.
I don't know. I liked 2016, but I thought it was super short. Eternal
Yeah,
was
but
perfect though.
Eternal's the best. It's not
Eternal's the
even.
best. Yeah,
It's
it's not even close. It's not even close.
But I think that you could art. I think the reason why I have such a feeling is because I still like 2016 and it had a lot of fun moments.
I love it.
But I think that it's just because we came off of Eternal that I hate the Dark Ages so much.
I think so. I don't hate it, but I feel you.
I don't hate
Going
it
back
either, but I
in
just
time
don't
to
like it as much.
medieval, it's kind of like okay, we were like so cracked in Dark Age in Eternal, and now we're like tanky and slower and shit. So yeah, I feel you in that one. But yeah, man, we're talking about like how Sony PlayStation fans have been spreading false rumors. There was an article by Windows Central, and
the
an interview with
the only
multiple.
thing that we know from the actual thing is that they're considering putting ads in between game sessions. That is
Actually, it's
from my knowledge.
not. It's not
Oh, is
because
that not what it was?
no, because
Apologies.
multiple clap back at the ponies and spreading the information like that is saying this is not correct. And I reiterate, in the interview, I'm asked about comment I made before being hired at Xbox. Then I state that I was only 10 days into the role and that I am not stating the company plans or beliefs. What I do say is that ads should be used to offer more affordable alternatives alongside today's ad-free experiences, in the hope more could play as a result. Similar to how Netflix and Disney Plus have ad tiers with all the same content, but at half the price or so. At no point do I even mention in-game ads. I personally believe interrupting the gameplay experience will be bad. And this is like something that we're talking about that Xbox is not allowing anymore. They're not allowing people to spread false rumors, and that's what I say. Like, if you like, if you hate Xbox, allow them to, step in the rakes themselves. Don't create no false rumors. Like
Which they do a lot. Don't think that they don't. I'm not going to state that they
No,
don't.
that's what I'm saying. If they do it a lot, like, why are you creating false information? It's gonna happen regardless. Something is gonna happen. So, I mean, the same thing goes with PlayStation. That's why nobody creates false stories about PlayStation or whatever, because I mean, they're gonna come out here and say something that people are gonna dislike or do something shitty to the customers and shit. And at the end of the day, there's no reason why you should be like creating false rumors about either PlayStation, Xbox, or whatever. Any of these companies, like, they're just gonna do it to themselves regardless. So just wait for the right time if you want to like grift, but don't be fucking, like creating shit that doesn't exist, man. That's just like my take on it. Honestly, bro, I feel like the whole thing is crazy. When it comes to ads, I don't really like having ads in the middle of the game, but I do play, and I was gonna show you guys this website. Just keep it on the low because not a lot of people can know about this, but I'm gonna show you something. And I was talking about. Let me see. Let me share my screen. And yeah, in this page, it's called Classic Game Zone. It's a cloud service type shit, but they have all the retro games, all the emulators, from arcade, all the way to Super Nintendo, PlayStation, original PlayStation
It's
6,
got ROM
Nintendo
hacks,
64.
on
Yeah,
fire.
everything is in here. But for example, I'm gonna pick something like Kirby, and when you go ahead and play the game, they show you an ad. I'm gonna pick the version. Well, they show you an ad. That's it. It's gone. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it because Nintendo, but I'm just gonna say, like, they show you an ad at the beginning of the game, and then you can play, and then if you want to change the game, that's where they show you another ad. That could work, but like Matthew Ball said here in what we were covering earlier, is that uh it would suck for them to stop in the middle of the gameplay, like what I'm playing right now here in Final Fantasy. I'm in the middle of the quest, and then they stop it and they show you something like McDonald's or Pizza Hut.
No, they're gonna show you something even better. They're gonna show you a Brazzers. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Go out, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna do it either at the beginning or at the end when you switch games, something like that. But it's not gonna be something that is gonna continuously interrupt the thing. I don't like that shit. But if they have a tier that is like that and it's super cheap and some people can afford it and some people can put up with it as well, I think that is not bad. That is not a bad thing. Like, Netflix has it, like they say here, Disney Plus has it. So I don't see why they couldn't do anything like that to create more revenue and also allow people to enjoy gaming at the same time. Like, YouTube has been free for a long time, and they have a bunch of ads. That doesn't
Also,
mean it sucks.
I wanted to come out and state this as a guy
Yeah.
who's dealing with this. If anyone got affected by the large tornado issues we had just yesterday in the area of basically just to the east of Tornado Alley from Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan, and Chicago, Illinois,
Mhm.
please don't be afraid to reach out for help. People will 100% help you. It was rough. It was a long
Oh,
day
shit.
yesterday.
Okay, man. You already know. But yeah, man,
Sorry
that's
about
crazy.
that.
Yeah, we're good.
It was something that had to be talked about because
Yeah.
God, the tornadoes were really bad yesterday.
So, Desire, how do you like the Xbox show, and what was the favorite thing about it? And
So my favorite show wasn't even the Xbox show; it was the fucking EA show where they showcased a better college football
Oh, nice. We're
by
talking
100
about
miles.
oh
Yeah, EA showcased college football 27 and Madden 27, and for the first time since Madden goddamn 11, I actually have some fucking hype for Madden.
that's nice, man. That's nice. Good to
And
see,
college
yo.
football's coming to PC, so hey.
Hey, college football. Yeah, man. I'm glad that you
But-
like those. But what do you
But
think
the
about the
Xbox
Xbox?
showcase
Yeah.
was fucking phenomenal. Gears E Day, beyond hyped. Buying it on Wednesday? After I get done with another interview with some other guy,
Yeah.
which I can't believe I fucking forgot about that today. I'm so sorry. I had to go rush to the thing while wearing my shorts and t-shirt just to tell the guy that he was not going to make it because he was an idiot. So,
Crazy work.
for those that don't know, I run my own company. The guy didn't know a few things that he needed, and I'm not going to put someone that's going to, if
Yeah,
you're
of
trying to
course.
fix your PC or clean your PC or fix your console or clean your console or a few other things that we do for special orders, like where we fix the AI data centers. If he doesn't know certain things, I can't fucking send him out, and I'm not going to sit there and teach him. You're supposed to already know these things. It's a part of the job requirement to at least have a bachelor's. So
Yeah.
and
I
he
got
doesn't.
you,
So
man.
he tried to lie. He lied to me, and I was like, okay, well, you need to go. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Why
so
would they
just
even
like
do that, man? Oh,
because so
they
I
try
get
to
it.
fake it till they make it. Yeah,
Yeah, but you're not. I have a job that legitimately you can't fake it.
it's
You
a
just can't.
requirement. Yeah, some people are like, yeah,
So
yeah, but at least he tried.
he
Kudos.
did. I said, hey, you BS'd pretty good, but I have a master's degree in this, and I've been doing this for about 8 years now. Not as a master's degree, but I've been doing this type of work for 8 years. You don't know what you're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
Because I always go to I have a really good manager at my job, but they usually like me to also be in the back and to at least hear. I hire people with bachelor's degree. Yes, my manager does a very, very good job with interviews when I'm busy, but when I'm not, I usually like to be at least able to hear it. Usually, I'm in the other room. Sometimes I just join in the interview and sit in the back.
Right.
Today, I actually conducted it, which I haven't done in a long time because the manager he wasn't feeling fantastic. So I basically had to rush because I was hoping he would go. Well, this guy, he basically said, well, I know the difference between a graphics processor and a CPU processor. And I said, okay, so tell me the differences between their processes and how you would clean them. Tells me nothing about it. He just stares at me blankly. I just started nodding my head. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god, that was a funny interaction, bro. But you gotta give it to him, man.
But now back to the gaming aspect. Gears E Day, fantastic. I hate that it's not going to be on on PlayStation, especially since they already put fucking trailers for the damn game on the damn console and on PlayStation's YouTube. But I'm excited for the game because it looks fantastic. And Fable is that also not coming to PlayStation, or is
Yeah,
it?
that is coming to PlayStation
Okay,
2027.
that game
It's been
also
announced.
looks. Fable looks fantastic.
I don't know if you see the new gameplay.
Did you see
Yeah.
the 30-minute gameplay deep dive?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God.
The combat looks crispy.
Then you got the
Clockwork.
I apologize. You got the Clockwork Revolution, which looks like a better version of Avowed.
Yeah, definitely. What about, do you like any of the other ones, like the Magician and Valor
The Magician
Mortis?
looks good too. Valor Mortis is a multi-plat, but hey, everyone that plays that, it is literally just first person.
Souls.
No, I wouldn't say Souls. It's more Bloodborne because it has a gun.
Yeah, it has a gun, but it's definitely Souls. I actually completed the demo. I'm actually gonna replay it here. I thought it was pretty fucking fire, bro, for a Souls, and I don't even like the Souls genre. But yeah, it was gory. It was like it made me feel like it had a little bit of Doom in it, and that's probably why I liked it, because some of the executions are insane. The dismemberment. I thought it was great. I fell in love with the game playing the demo, so I'm definitely gonna be playing. And I'm not even into Souls, but I give this one a shot for sure. It's like a
It looks like
fair
Dishonored
shot.
in a Souls.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. The one that also impressed me was Plague Tale Resonance.
Never been a fan of the Plague Tale games.
Not me neither, but the combat in this one looked insane. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me
I
go
didn't
ahead
even
and
know.
pull it
I
up.
didn't even know I had combat in any of them.
Oh yeah, the first two don't have combat, but this one is insane. Let me go ahead and pull out the trailer. Because this one looked pretty fucking insane. Let me go ahead and share my screen and show you guys. But Plague Tale Resonance surprised the fuck out of me. Of course, it's gonna be the same type vibe. It's just a girl, trying to run away and shit. But this one, I think she had like a master or something, and now she is like like a warrior. So she has some crazy moves. And of course, stealth is a little bit in the game, but as you can see, she actually has like combat, and it actually looks pretty good, as you can see here. And look, the executions look brutal as well. Looking forward to this one. She throw rocks and shit. What the fuck? What's that?
Also, I have a nice little update for those that are excited for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake. I also like that game. Don't get it twisted, but it's a game key card.
Yeah, I thought this one looked incredible. The combat looked brutal. But my favorite of the show was definitely the Gears. Gears
was
were
my favorite.
Yeah.
It goes Gears, then. Oh, and there was another thing that I was beyond excited for, which is State of Decay 3. I'm just pissed
for
it's
sure.
gonna be next year.
But that one is like further away. Gears is in October 6th.
I know it hurts. I love my State of Decay.
State of Decay is fire. That's gonna be so good, man. I can't wait, dude. We got shout out to Cold Classic Cage. I have a couple of friends who have always been pretty solid at Gears, and they're pretty excited for the new mechanics. Talking about that, do you know that wall bouncing won't be the same anymore? That they're gonna like tweak it a little bit to be less.
It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Cold Classic K, shout out to her. She said, I was never going to get good at Gears with the current state of how Gears is played. Ah, man, come on. Stop that guy. Just get good, Classic. I was trying to learn how to play Gears with Gears 4, and I put a lot of time into it, and I still sucked. Yeah, like Gears could be brutal. It took me a while to get used to like how 4 was played, and then I stopped playing for a while, and then 5 came out. I played the campaign, a little bit of multiplayer. I got caught up doing some other shit, and I sort of went back a couple of years ago and practiced my wall bouncing, and now I'm a beast. But it did take time. But I also bounce with no single stick movement, which is a little bit harder. And it just takes a lot of time, and people like that shit because it's like, okay, I've been here putting in work, I've been here practicing, so I'm supposed to be better than you. So that's what separates, right, the good players from the average. It's a nice skill ceiling, but definitely needed to go because I do believe that it was such a high ceiling
also,
that a lot of people didn't reach.
For those that are PlayStation fans, all right, if you played the first or the newest Gears against those PlayStation fans, they got smoked and they rage quit because they would play people on PC and Xbox that are so used to wall bouncing that it's second nature in comparison. It's not. It's completely different than you think. And everyone's like, "Oh, I can do that." I go, "No, the fuck you can't. You have to literally fucking sit there and grind to figure it out. It is tough."
Yeah, it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling you get you get the hang of it by just playing the game and being comfortable and becoming one with the controller. Like Gears is a game that you have to become one with the controller. You have to like know your controller like you know your balls. Like literally, like it's extremely
pause.
Yeah, the pause. Or nah, don't pause. Keep going. Why are you gonna stop? Well, anyways, I got some gameplay for you in the background, and this is fucking Fable.
I love Fable so much.
Oh my god, they cooking, bro.
It looks so good. Everything they're saying sounds good. Everything is making me happy. I can't wait. I need it in my plums.
Look at this fucking world that they build, bro. How fucking dope it looks. Every single plant. And this is like bad rendering because I'm obviously from YouTube and going through StreamYard, seeing them in my screen. It must be horrible for you guys too. But if you have a chance, go ahead and watch this in 4K. The visuals are insane, but not only that, it's just the mechanics, the combat, the combination. I think they nailed the world.
Remember when Reforged said that the bouncing of the character looked bad, despite that being how how riding a horse, how that fucking happens. You get thrown up and down because
But
animals
what can you
powerful.
expect? Some people don't really go outside, dude, and they wouldn't know, you
This
know.
game is everything I want, and it's
Yeah,
fucking
they
hysterical.
they call it a life simulator, so you basically can do everything that you want,
You get
basically within the
called
game.
in this trailer. You get called a twat.
Yeah, not only that, you can go out and get married, create your own business,
You can
your
get
real
married and
estate.
divorce your marriage for some random.
Yep, and get somebody
Let's call
pregnant, whatever,
them
everything.
workers. All right, let's call
Hmm.
them. Let's
Yep,
call
the street dwellers, Figueroa street dwellers.
the
But
corner workers. Sorry.
yeah, man. But I thought this looks incredible. And I can't wait to play the whole fucking game. I don't know if you've seen also the other one that caught my eye was the New Atlantis, the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I thought it looked insane. The remake. I thought it looked
I
great.
don't like that they changed the voice actors. I really don't, because
I
Laura
didn't
is
know about
supposed to,
that.
yeah, she's supposed to sound like she's from across the pond or English for you
Uh huh.
Americans,
Oh,
because that's what she's supposed to sound like, and she
yeah.
doesn't.
She
She
doesn't.
sounds.
I mean, it's okay. Like, that doesn't bother me too much because I mean, yeah, I was talking about the flair,
Oh, but
the
everything else looks great.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like that they changed Laura's voice actor.
That's kind
But
of
that's
fucked up,
because
but
I'm from Germany. I learned English in England,
yeah.
so specifically
Yeah.
London. So I
Hmm.
know proper Queen's English.
Yeah.
So well, now it's King's, but whatever.
Yeah, king,
It
queens, whatever.
was Queen
Um,
Elizabeth at the time. Now it's King George.
that's crazy, man. Razor Ultron saying Desire only hires Bachelor. I got you. Eternal Deity 7 saying I'm glad they worked on the male walking mechanic on Fable. About that, man. Shout out to you, but I think that in Fable, what you can do is that you can create your own character and you're able to like I don't know if you
It'd be cool if you
decide.
could choose your own
Yeah, the,
animations.
exactly. I don't know Desire. I used to play um WWE No Mercy, and in there you have a character creator or you
You
had a
can choose your
character
animation.
editor,
Yeah.
and I love to get like
You can do
was
the
like
same thing with the new
yeah.
WWEs, and it's fantastic. Highly
Uh-huh.
recommend
So you
playing.
get the lady walk with the guys and vice versa. So you just fuck around with it. I think that's what happened. But I agree with you, man. That if that was the way that they were gonna go with it, I wasn't gonna like that shit. Like straight up. We got Safo in the building. I realized I don't have enough money to buy all these games. Shout out to Game Pass. And it's coming up clutch because look at September. September's stacked. By the way, go ahead and play the Animucha demo. It's amazing. Go ahead
Now,
and
if
give it a
only
shot.
we can get a Vox Machina video game. That's
We got
so I can be Grog.
we got Jewel saying I'm excited to play the Plague Tale series. I am excited to play this new Plague Tales because it does look action packed. And the one thing that I didn't like about the first two games, it was like it was all stealth based, and fuck that shit. I like
Also,
action.
quick note for those that are watching the Fable gameplay in the background. Colin the pig is the pig that is in The Wolf Among Us, the
Oh
game.
yeah,
Remember that? Yeah.
yeah.
Just a quick little Easter egg for you.
Quick note. We got John Dresser Adi, shout out to you, man. He said trolling, reposted the post about Asha potentially damaging the relationship between them. Bro, did you hear about that? That Asha might have damaged the relationship that Xbox has with PlayStation. Like, what relationship they have? Like, what is the relationship that Xbox has with PlayStation? When has
Hey, we're
PlayStation
giving
been
you
nice?
games. We're giving you games. That's what it is. Xbox gives games, PlayStation doesn't. Xbox
Yeah.
surprise Pikachu face.
If anything, PlayStation is the one losing because it's like, okay, you lost your sugar daddy. So who's gonna give you games now? Not even Square Enix is gonna give you games, bro.
And
Like,
here's a quick statement demo. Do you know how many games that are exclusively on the PS5?
exclusively on the PS5 as a
Yes.
console only, not on Steam and
Yes.
shit, like 2 or 3
Mhm.
games, not more than that.
It's more,
Ah.
but it's not. It's less than 12. It's 11 because
No, this
the 12th game was
generation,
Foam Stars and it got closed.
this generation, like they got Saros, Gosoyote. So far, they haven't come, and Astrobot. That's it. The
They
rest of
got
the
a
games
few
are on
others.
PC. Like
They got a few others.
few other ones. You can name them because they know what a game. Nobody gives a fuck about those games. not even themselves, which is why they closed like Concord and the other shit.
Star was the one they closed, but
Phone
Concord was
Star,
on PC.
yeah, not
Concord
even
wasn't on
Concord was
PC.
exclusive. Not even PC gamers saved that slop.
That's because it was shit. It's in a genre of just like Marathon, and I'll state this to the ends of the earth. Why the fuck are you putting games out that are designed for free to play?
Mhm.
You think Concord was gonna beat fucking? Oh, 1 second, I'm breathing here real quick. Overwatch, which is free, and the fucking Marvel thing that I can't think of it. Is it Marvel Legends?
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals. I don't know. It's been a
They
minute. I don't
they
care for that
added
game.
Cyclops to the game, so it's actually pretty good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't care. That game's terrible.
But anyways, man, I'm just trying to say, man, that they crazy for thinking that Xbox had any type of relationship with PlayStation. The only thing that they had was like, okay, I'm putting games in there to like, basically destroy you from within and killing every release with the Xbox release. That's basically what they were doing. But anyways, I think it's kind of funny. But the whole thing about the console wars are back and shit, like I don't know how I feel about it. A lot of people are excited because they can create their content and it creates like a buzz around gaming and all that, but that doesn't get me that excited, bro.
I want to go into a little city in Fable, and I want to kill everyone and see what happens.
Oh yeah. Well, supposedly that's one of the people that were saying that if you kill a lot of people, then a lot of NPCs and army and all of that chase you, and they ended up
Well,
killing
what
you.
if you kill everybody? Then what happens?
Then you might as well like only install because there won't be nothing to do. Like who the fuck? Like what are you gonna do?
Hey man, I'm gonna title a video. What happens if you're a psychopath in Fable?
And
Just to make me
that's
killing
the
everybody.
beauty of it, that you can do whatever the hell you want now. Like the consequences are on you, so don't be complaining about like there's nothing else to do after you kill everybody. So that's what probably gonna happen. You ain't got shit to do. Like that's the end game, bro. Killing everybody. That's wild. But yeah, man, that is insanity, man. And look, I like that Xbox is like doing their thing now and doing some sort of exclusivities as well. But we all know that even the Gears of War guys can tell you that having the extra players that Sony PlayStation might bring into something like Gears of War, that would be beneficial to the game on the long run. Now they're only gonna have Xbox and PC players, and that's still good. But even having even more players would have been even better for Gears. It would have created more revenue. People would have bought it, even if it was only 100,000 copies or whatever. They would still would have made some extra buck. Um, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good that they're definitely showing that they cared about selling consoles. That's what I wanted to say. And I think it's good for them too. To have some sort of exclusivity, to be like, okay, yeah, fuck you guys, whatever. Even though I was extremely happy with PlayStation fanboys and fans supporting and sponsoring my gaming habits by buying Xbox games on the PlayStation for triple the price of what we pay here. But that's besides the point. I do like the new path that Xbox is creating for themselves. I think they're gonna they're gonna give it another go, and they're gonna give it a fair one. And
Also,
I hope that they successful, man.
there is one thing that I do hate at the thing that Xbox is still pushing, and I don't like it. I don't like the Halo 1 remake without fucking multiplayer. I will never like that. That is dumb. Fix it.
Okay, so Razor Ultron saying, how can you ignore what Acha said about the current state of Xbox? They did multiply for the last 2 years, and Xbox still not healthy. Well, it's not ignoring what she said about it. We haven't really talked about the memo too much because we got into like so much shit. But yeah, like if you bring it up, we'll talk about it. Basically, Asha said that Xbox wasn't in a healthy position and all of that because they were losing a lot of money, hardware, whatever, not selling, mindshare, yada yada. But basically, the number one reason I believe that Asha is saying this is because they screwed it up with Game Pass. They increased the Game Pass, price. That's on them by a lot, and a lot of people left. A lot of people stayed, but a lot of people left, and that hurt them more than porting games to PlayStation. Actually, porting games to PlayStation, if anything, compensated, for the people that left Game Pass. So I would say that Xbox isn't a good position, meaning that they got their IP, they got their studios, they got the games coming, they got the cadence. It's supposed to click. If it doesn't click, I don't know. Like at this point, it's because people don't really want to fuck with Xbox like that. That's it. But they have everything. They have all the ingredients to make Xbox the best platform to play with. They like if they want to be successful, here's what they gotta do. I'll give them the plan, right, for free. Fix the fucking Windows Store. Fix it. Like make games download there faster. Improve the UI, improve everything that's going on Windows. Bring games to the Windows platforms. They lacking a lot of fucking games that are on Steam and Epic, and they're not there. Like if you go ahead and look for a game on the Windows Store, chances are that you're not gonna find it. It's like they need to fucking get it going. That'll help them. You know, get some of the PC players to like hop in on Game Pass, to go ahead and buy some games through it because it's Xbox everywhere, yada yada, all of that shit. They need to lower the price of the consoles. I know it sounds crazy, but look, ain't nobody gonna buy a fucking console for $600-700 anymore at this point in the generation. So Xbox need to be extremely cheap. Like they have everything against them, bro. This is an uphill battle by Xbox. People fucking hate Xbox. They also have the anti-American shit going on. The people don't want to fuck with anything that Americans do. That's another situation. That's another thing that's happening with Xbox. If they want to be successful, Xbox gotta be the best place to play, the cheaper place to play. They literally gonna have to be magical and fantastic in order to attract new players. They also gotta stop all these fucking idiots talking shit and spreading false rumors and things that they've been saying. They need to do a better work of advertising their product, advertising their games. They need to focus on bigger games. Like there's so many things that they can do, man, and you could definitely see a comeback with the Helix. Another thing is that they don't want the Helix to be $1,000 console anymore. So they're gonna have to pull back on some of the shit that the Helix was gonna do in order to bring you another console that can be competitive in price as well. So I mean, Ball is in their core. They got all the ingredients, like as I was saying. All they need to do is tighten up and follow a plan. Like if they're gonna do exclusive and it's gonna be case by case basis, they're gonna have to be clear on what these games are and what to expect. And why would you choose an Xbox as your primary console or place to play? They need to make it the best place ever to play, and that's not only about exclusive. It's about like console features, ecosystem stuff. Like I feel like they have a killer plan already. They have a crazy plan with Game Pass. I believe is one of the best things in gaming. Like on PCs, $14. On the Ultimate is $20 at the moment, $22, something like that. So that still offers a lot of value. People not hopping in because seriously, like some of them they don't give a fuck. Some of them they want to be slaves and they want to be like support the devs and all that shit. And I honestly will buy games, but you already know my stance on that. Like I'll buy a game if I wanted to buy. I don't buy a game because I want to support a dev. That's two different story. Because I mean, you don't go to a restaurant because you want to support a restaurant. You go to a restaurant because you're hungry and you need to eat, and you chose to go there because there's like 1,000 other places to go. So if they want to attract customers, they just gotta offer the best that they can offer, and that's how they become successful. As long as they continue to be doing stupid shit, like increasing the prices of the consoles, increasing the prices of the Game Pass, and not taking care of other fucking franchises, and paying the respect that they deserve, like they're never gonna be successful, especially if they're allowed to all these people to continue to talk down on them like that. So I agree with Acha. Clap back on them, respond to them, telling like that's not the way things are going. Like you're taking everything out of context. Just go out there and fight the good fight. It is not up to the Xbox fans to go ahead and and I don't know, and to like go and fight and be like, oh yeah, this is not right. This is like it shouldn't be us doing this shit. It should be them out there saying, "Hey, you're talking shit. This is not the way it is," and with facts and and evidence. Um, that's just the way I see it. They have an uphill battle, and PlayStation is crazy because they don't have that many games. They increase the price of the consoles. Um, they done a bunch of shitty shit to their customers, and it looks like they're not budging, and like customers still love them no matter what. So it's like the real life story of the good guy that doesn't get a date, but then we got the jerk and the thug that is getting all the bitches, and you got the college guys and the people who actually got careers and decent people and shit, like being ignored. This is like Xbox is the good guy that's getting ignored. PlayStation is the shut that that had nothing going for them. It's still living with mom in the basement, but bitches still want to fuck. That's just the way I see it. Yeah. I don't know if you agree with that, Desire, but that's just the way I
Call
see
me
it.
Power Boss. I will cry right now, right on stream.
Yeah, I agree with John Dretz. Xbox got to be like Mortal Kombat and finish them. Yeah, they got to be like, listen, hey, we got to come up big. You want to play with exclusives? We're going to do exclusive shit. Go all in. Just put in the tip. Go all in. Okay, you know what? Fallout, Elder Scrolls, all these fucking exclusive. You want to go get an Xbox. They need to have the big balls to take the big risk. And that's how they win it. If they don't do it that way and they stick to a small little franchises like Soft of Midnight being exclusive, like I don't know, games that people don't really care about being exclusive, like they're not gonna they're not gonna, dominate in the console space. They're gonna have to go all out eventually. I mean, are they ready to do that? Are they ready to take the financial hit? I don't know. That's something that we have to see in the future. One thing is for sure, they're gonna have to do way better than they're doing right now. And PlayStation gonna have to fuck up because one thing is for sure, PlayStation can wake up anytime and be like, "Hey, we back." They've been legendary for years. People understand that PlayStation is the main console to play on, and and on top of that, you got all the Sony PlayStation fanboys and all the media creating all this shit around Xbox, and it's just like it's not a fair fight. So Xbox can be playing fair. I think that they should have done it if they wanted to do it when we acquired ABK and be like, that was the time to be like Call of Duty's exclusive, but they didn't allow them it either because they started crying, flying all over Brussels and shit because they couldn't see Xbox buying a publisher because they knew that shit was gonna hurt them, and now Xbox is in a position that they had to go back to that strategy because the other one didn't work, and you can continue to be doing the same thing. Now, do I agree that third party being a multi-platform ecosystem is good for the studios? Yeah, I do agree, and I think that the studios get a lot of money back from the games that they're releasing on the platforms that help them create new games and shit like that. I do agree with that, but that's not gonna sell them a lot of consoles. But then again, this is a different leadership at Xbox. Phil Spencer, like I was saying earlier, looked tired, looked like it was over with. This lady comes in here with a new point of view, fresh ideas. Let's just wait to see what she's doing. So far, she's cooking, doing the right things, but don't come crying when she has to make hard decisions, like closing a studio or killing a franchise. Like she's gonna have to do some of that eventually. It's happening, and it's happening also the PlayStation side. I think everything is gonna see restructuring, and things are gonna have to change because we can keep on going in this like down spiral. I think both PlayStation and Xbox, they're gonna have to pivot their strategies again at some point. And even Acha said it, we're gonna keep learning, we're gonna keep fucking up, we're gonna keep making mistakes, and we're gonna keep correcting them. And that's how we're gonna build the best Xbox. And it's by doing that. You can try something. If you fail, well, you can go back to what you were doing before and be like, okay, let's take a step back. But the one thing I'll give them is like they trying to improvise. They trying to evolve. They're trying new stuff while other people just stay doing the same shit forever and nothing new is happening. There's zero excitement. Any the good things that they got going for themselves, they're fucking it up with some a bunch of other agendas and whatnot. And it's just like, plain weird to see PlayStation going this way. On the other hand, Xbox, they still have a lot of issues, and you can see it. All they got to do is bring out good games. That's it. Bring out, focus on the
Bring
games,
them
and
out.
focus
Release the
and
games.
focus on the value. That's it. Eventually, they'll win. Like, if they become scummy like PlayStation, because it's a good chance, this is another approach. We're not milking these ponies. We're gonna milk you. The same thing that PlayStation is doing to their fan base. There's a good chance that they do it to us, and that's why I'm a little concerned about the whole exclusive shit. Because what if they, instead of taking it out from the ponies, they decide to take it out from us? And I do buy my games, but I do enjoy Game Pass and the freedom. Like, look at how many games are coming, and they right there. I could just like go ahead and open up Game Pass and play a bunch of fucking games. So the Final Fantasy games are there. All the fucking, Bethesda games are there. They got a bunch of fucking new games coming, like Gears. They got you know what I mean? Everything that they show in the showcase coming day one in Game Pass, pretty much, bro, except for a couple of games. I think the only one of the few games that wasn't on the Game Pass list is Metro 2039. That I thought it looked insane. I don't know if you've seen that one. Do you like that one, Desire?
I've never really gotten into the Metro games, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
up to you. You guys like it?
Yeah,
not my.
I do like it, man.
It's not my cup of tea. Just not.
The game adaptation newscast say South of Midnight didn't do it for me. I thought it was a great game, but it was like one of the ones that wasn't gonna move the needle. Like South of Midnight wasn't gonna make anybody buy an Xbox, like straight up. That was an Xbox exclusive, and they ended up coming to PlayStation as well. Listen, at the end of the day, man, play whatever the fuck you guys want. I always gonna say this: go with your gut, go with what you enjoy. If you like, I don't know. It's kind of complicated, man. Stop speaking in that disgusting voice. That's for you, Desire.
I'm gonna speak in all the voices, and this voice is it's great. It's huge. There's nothing better.
Safo said, but it flopped because of toxic masculinity in gaming media, and I had to disagree with that, man. I don't think it was because of toxic masculinity. I think it was because it's not a popular setting. It's dear to me because I live here in the United States. I love the South and I love the culture. But to other people, that didn't give a fuck about it, man. And there's nothing wrong with the game. I don't think so. I like the main character. I like the enemies. I like the lore, the folklore, everything about it. I thought it was great. I just think that it wasn't the type of game that people will buy a console for like that. Like, I don't know, like God of War or like Spider-Man. It wasn't on that level. But yeah, it was good, but it wasn't artistically. But sometimes popular stuff is not you know what I mean, like good, like artistic stuff doesn't sell. Sometimes it'll be like that. And yeah, I think it was successful in its own way. It was a small team too, making the game. I think it's a game with a lot of great ideas, but at the end of the day, like you think about it, other games like High on Life. Now, High on Life. What was the music game? I forget. By Tango. Hi-Fi Rush. Okay, Hi-Fi Rush. Right. Was a well done game, very artistic, beautiful animations, art style, yada
Yeah,
yada. Blah,
very
blah, blah.
autistic, not artistic. Autistic.
Well, but it didn't sell like people expected it to sell. Even though it was even popular on Steam and shit, like people didn't pick it up like that because it was a niche, type genre. I think the same thing happens to South of Midnight. So from now on, Xbox is gonna focus more on games like Gears, games like Forza, games like Halo. The heavy hitters that they have. I think they should go ahead and go back to like games from back on the 360, like Lost Odyssey, like Mercenary, Like, they had a bunch of games on the old 360 times that they should bring back. Look, Spyro the Dragon was another announcement that I wasn't expecting to see, and it looks crazy. It looks good. It's super popular. He already beat in views on YouTube. God of War. I know this because Sony PlayStation fanboys have been basically comparing YouTube views and shit. So that's kind of cringe. I'm not gonna do that. But
It's
that's just how I
insanely cringe,
feel.
yeah.
Yeah, that's super cringe. But what I'm trying to say here is that Xbox got a lot of work to do, and Nacho Sharma is keeping it real with you. They got a lot of work to do. They got a lot of favor to earn. They obviously are on facing an uphill battle. And Sony PlayStation 2 in its own way. They're messing with that as well. So you were saying that they should try something new, and if that doesn't work, go back to that wasn't working before. I'm not saying that's as far as I can get, man, because I'm not a business person. They were doing the multi-platform approach. If it doesn't work and the Xbox console doesn't sell, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna like stop making games, bro? I think that they're gonna continue to like drop games being a publisher because that's what they're gonna end up being. But they still got another shot. They still got a shot towards the end of the generation now with their exclusives, and they have another shot once the Elix drops. Like one thing is for sure, where the console exists or not, Xbox will continue, man. Because they got IP, they got the games, they got the studios. At the end of the day, that's all you care about. That you should be caring about, not so much about the console. Care more about the fucking games. That's what I would say. And I know a lot of people care more about the console, but a console is nothing without games. Just saying. Imagine if Xbox didn't have these gears coming, or if Xbox, like, imagine Xbox coming out with a new console and no games. Like, the one thing that got everybody talking about Xbox is not the console, is the games. And I think they should go ahead and invest heavily in that, making more games. And their service is popular. Game Pass is popular, both on PC and the console. So they should continue to invest in that, regardless of like how you feel about their business and shit. This is something that benefit me as a player, which is why I'm gonna continue to, say that I like it because it's something good for me. This is like the one of the few times that you are winning as a consumer. When it comes to these corporations. You need something viral like Pot World. Game wasn't even completed, but everyone played. Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about heavy hitters. Could be new IP, man. Could be new IP or could be existing IP. I think they have a lot of work to do. That's just being real. As a console, but as a publisher, I think they're doing the best, man. They're the second biggest publisher. I don't know who the first one is. I think it's Tencent or something, but they're the second one biggest publishers. They got games like Call of Duty, Gears, Doom, Fallout. Like, there's so many IP that they can exploit. And if they make any of those exclusives, you already know the tiers. You know, I care about the console because I prefer the controller, the UI, the Game Pass. 80% of Game Pass subscribers on consoles. The console goes away. Say goodbye to Game Pass. Yeah, I mean, listen, the console is just where you play the games. The games are the same where you play on the PC or a console or on a PlayStation. The games are the
Exactly.
fucking same. Like, trust me, I go back from playing on the PC or the console all the fucking time. By the way, that's how I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like, yeah, it looks better on the PC, but it looks decent on the Xbox. It looks great too. It doesn't bother me to go from one to another one. It doesn't feel like I went from the Xbox Series X to the original Xbox. It doesn't feel like that in any way. It just feels like, okay, shit, it's missing a couple of things that I had on the PC, but it's not a big deal. It's still amazing. It still looks beautiful. So that's just the way I see it. You guys care too much about the console. That's just my criticism to it. I feel like the console, yeah, is important, but at the end of the day, that doesn't define Xbox. Xbox is way more than a console now. Maybe back in the Xbox One days, Xbox was just the console, but now it's more. It's a big ass publisher, very important to the gaming industry, not just to us Xbox fans, bro. Straight up. But Yeah, man, that's all it is. That's the show. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you enjoy. We're gonna get the hell out of here. I have to go to the gym. I have work to do later, and I have to go pick up my son.
And he's gonna be a stinky boy.
Thank you so much for coming through, Desire. Let everybody know where they can find you and how you.
You can always find me on YouTube at any time, whenever you feel that way, at the link that I'm going to put in as a chat right now, where you can find me and my videos of making fun of idiots on the internet, mostly fanboys and especially Harmon Smith.
Yeah, get you guys. You know what you call it. Go to see Desire, man. Amazing content creator. We got called Classic Cage with the 5, man. Appreciate you. She says, good stream, broski. Appreciate you, Classic, man. You come over here sometimes and talk shit with us. I would love that. And I think everybody will too. Yeah. She's amazing. Go ahead and follow Classic Time as well, man. She's amazing.
She makes me laugh.
Yeah, she does.
Especially with her. I like to use her have you seen the turtle meme where they put Cassie's face on Crush?
Yes, sir. Go to TTS now. The boys are online and everything, man. Cage the Cunning Linguist, shout out to all of you guys, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who came through. Sappho, Jules, Sanchez NTC, Razor Ultron, Sappho, the Game Adaptation Nukas, Eternal D87, Bro, John Dreads, Lycos, all of you guys, man. You were amazing today. And I'll see you on the next one. It's your boy, Devil Flow. Chicken out.
Yeah,
Ra, Young Chico boy, Ra, hey, Demo Flow Gaming,
boom, boom, I'm back.
Ra,
Toma, boom, boom, boom.
Listen, Young Chico in the house, papi,
Woo.
dale, yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there,
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there,
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there,
Yeah.
Ponies over there,
Yes.
Ponies over there, yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there,
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there,
Oh.
Ponies over here, ponies over there, Ponies over there, ponies over there, Ponies over here, ponies over there. I smell caca, ponies everywhere. They don't play no games, only do their console sales. It's because ponies ain't got shit to tell. Astro bought the best, but I haven't played. That's what I hear the ponies tell me every day. Ponies be so silly, but I had no pity. They dissed us for the decade, but now Xbox leady. Now they got no games, karma is so weird. You wish that on Xbox you even volunteer. Instead of play with Smith, filled with PC ports. Third-party games saying you're your pony love. Waiting for Forza that's almost 5 years old. Copying for remasters, damn that shit is cold. Do it for the plastic and all the pony blow. That's why Sony got you spending all your dough.